What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Welcome back into the Country Roads Webcast, and here today we're going to talk about a potential conference change for WVU. But let's not bury the lead here. I'm not talking about WVU switching to a different conference. More so, I'm talking about the conference that we're in switching its identity more so. That's kind of what we're talking about here. This originally coming from the Action Network. I think Brett McMurphy, if I'm not mistaken, was the first one to report this. So let's take a look at the article there from the Action Network and talk about the conference change that could potentially be coming for WVU football and what could now formerly be known as the Big 12 Conference in the future. Let's take a look here. All right, as you can see from the Action Network, the Big 12 Conference and All-State in discussions for a naming rights deal to change the name of the Big 12 Conference. As you see on the whiteboard behind me, All-State, their motto is in good hands. So that's why WVU could be in good hands soon, right? Brett McMurphy, like I said, the one to report this. The Big 12 Conference and All-State are in discussions about selling the league's naming rights to the insurance giant, sources told the Action Network. Kind of the leading candidates are the All-State 12 Conference is the leading candidate for the new name, while the Big All-State Conference has also been discussed. So it sounds like that could be the name of the conference if this works out. You're looking at either the All-State 12 Conference or the Big All-State Conference. Personally, I kind of like the Big All-State Conference better just because let's take the number out of it, considering there's not even 12 teams anymore, or maybe make it the All-State 14 Conference. I don't know. But nonetheless, the multi-year deal could earn the league between $30 and $50 million annually to be divided among its 16 league members. So that would be good news for WVU there. Oh, I guess it is 16 instead of 14 now. I got that wrong too, but 16 teams. League sources stress this is not yet a done deal. The Big 12 is also considering a financial company for its naming rights, which would pay the league slightly more than All-State. However, the league has been more engaged with All-State. While stadiums, venues, and bowl games sell naming rights, the Big 12's multi-year deal would be the first professional or collegiate league to sell its naming rights. So yet again, Brett Yormark being ahead of the curve. That's why I had to include him there on the thumbnail for this video. He's done this, since he's came. He's really done a great job, and yet again, finding the way to have another revenue source for the universities within this league would be a big time move, and probably if this goes through, one that other conferences would then follow up as well and earn some more money for their teams also. It's unknown if a deal could be composed to begin the 2024 season with the required amount of time to make changes in signing, field logos, and other items. So most likely this would be something down the line. Probably wouldn't happen this year. Even if the deal goes through, they're talking, because they would have to change the signage. They'd have to change field logos. They'd probably have to change even patches on jerseys and all that stuff. So I think that this is something that probably would be more for the 2025 season to officially kick off on the football side. But nonetheless, very interesting either way. So pretty interesting stuff there for WVU, or at least that would affect WVU here within, the Big 12 Conference as it's currently known. We'll see if it stays that way moving forward. Any more news comes out on this, or if this move, becomes official, we'll report on it again here on the CRW. But, as for me, I don't know. It's different. It's going to be weird calling something the All-State Conference or the Big All-State Conference or the All-State 12 Conference or whatever the hell they decide to name it. But nonetheless, I think if it's bringing in more money for WVU, if it's good for WVU, then I'm all for it in the long run. So that's kind of my stance on this, kind of my thoughts. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this as well. What is your opinion on, changing the name of the conference to the All-State Conference, All-State 12 Conference, or the Big All-State Conference, whichever one they choose to do? Do you think this is a good move? Do you think this is a dumb move? Is college sports changing too much for you? Anything you got there, would love those interactions there in the comments. Always appreciate those here on the channel. And looking forward to more WVU football news coming in the near future. We'll keep it coming here on the CRW. So if you're a fan of the Mountaineers, be sure to subscribe here if you haven't already. And before you head out, just hit the little thumbs up button, give a like on this video. It really helps a ton with that YouTube algorithm. Having said that, as always, I'm Jordan Cruz, and until next time, let's go Mountaineers.